We had been married for maybe 3 years and had one son, and we were living in Portland, Oregon at the time. Randomly one day felt like God said, I want you to adopt a little girl and I want you to give her the name Banner.
We assumed that our family was complete. Then along came the desire to adopt.
And so she finally came to me and said, I think this is something that we're being called to, and I want you to pray about it. So I prayed about it, but it kept coming back that, you're not done.
Many people think that perhaps adoption, once it's finalized, it's over. Really, it's the beginning of a lifelong journey.
And for so many of our families, because of grief and trauma, and then what happens when you integrate birth family and adoptive families, how does that look? So it's been exciting how God has opened up these doors to be able to do that.
It really was just a matter of looking at a map, praying God which were us to adopt from, and feeling led to the nation of Zambia.
Once we brought Banner home, then we became a family of 5, with 3 kids, all within 2 years of each other. And so I think the more that we got into, the more we realized, okay, we really don't know what we're doing, and this is a really big deal. Like, she's been through so much that at such a young age that most kids never go through, and realized pretty quickly, okay, we need some help.
We knew that there would be other parents that could identify with what we'd experienced. We just didn't know how to get to them. So when we found out about Adoption Works, it was huge for us.
Julie called me at work one day, and she said, I found our little boy.
Well, sometimes I struggle that my foster parents didn't have enough money to take care of me, which wasn't true. They needed to move me on because they knew I'd have a better life.
Right, there's a loss there. They've had a loss that they just don't know what to do with as they mature. And you're going to have to, Adoption Works is something that allows us to deal with that loss.
Once those thoughts and emotions came out, then they were very prepared to help him deal with that, to help us know how to deal with it.
I think the biggest thing for Banner is for her to understand that she's not alone. But if it wasn't for Adoption Works, we wouldn't have ever gotten there.
When I felt like God said, I want you to adopt a little girl and name her Banner, the first thought that came to mind was, God, why do you want her to be named Banner? And he immediately reminded me of the verse in Song of Solomon that says, his banner over me is love. And so that's kind of like a mark of who she is, a picture of God's love kind of covering her, and her being a representation of his love to other people.
Well, Adoption Works is about very kind people helping us go through the stages of life being adopted, and that's helped me so far every week.
Even on the second week of going to the small group, he was excited to go. Oh yay, today's Wednesday, we're going to Adoption Works.
It's important to have Adoption Works in your life if you're as an adoptive family, because what happened to you as a child isn't the end of your story. It was just the beginning. There's so much more that God's got in store for you.